where should we start? Let's start with, I guess I'll start with the frame. We got the engine in it. I got the belt or the blower set up on it. That's all out of my junk box. We had to modify the neck so the belt would mate up to the blower. It was too short, so I had to lengthen it, put a new neck on. Made a blower mount, or not a blower mount, idler pulley mount, so it wasn't hanging in the air. So that's $429 with the blower. Pretty cool. Got the exhaust on it. This is like the die cast. Where's my die cast at? Where all the spoilers had the exhaust coming out from underneath the fender behind the front tire. So I did the same thing and made my exhaust exit same way. Not the most realistic, but it doesn't have to be because we're making a Hot Wheels. So there's the exhaust. We got the rear end put in, the axle springs. I got one shock in. I got to put the other shock in. I had to modify the shocks obviously because we got the springs way up there in order to get some clearance from the slicks. So we've got a good, I don't know, maybe a little more than 1/8 of an inch shackles on there to raise the back and front of the springs up to get it up there. But the kit on its own, this back end sits pretty low, so it took a lot to get that up in the air a bit. So we got to that. As I said, I just have to do the other shock, paint it, and glue it in there. I was only the shocks off, but I decided to go ahead and add them. So that's that. We're getting all this ready to put the wheels on. Wheels we got painted. Here are the slicks. There are the resin rims that I painted up, the resin wheels. These are the slicks, and then here are the fronts that I have to, here's the fronts. The reason why I have white walls on here is because I'm waiting for a red marker to go over the white, which I hope will work. Because if I go over the wheels with the red marker, you won't be able to see it, and we'll be able to see the red over the black. So I have to lay down some white first and go over the white with the red. So that's why. And I had to order a Sharpie marker because Michaels didn't have any by me, and Hobby Lobby did, but they were too fine of a point. So it's like, well, shit. So I ordered a 3-pack off of Amazon, and got them coming. But those are the wheels. There's that, the body. We got the rear spoiler on the body, and we got the stripes painted on. It looks pretty good. So we got that done. Just like the die cast. So we got that done. And the spoiler, I was going to take some more off. Kind of lowered a bit, but after looking at the spoiler on here, that's a pretty pronounced spoiler. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and I just need to paint it now, and then I need to make the front spoiler, which this has on it as well. So I'm gonna have to make that. But yeah, I'm happy with the stripes, happy with the body. The stripes, real easy to do. First thing I did was mask it to get the stripe I wanted, like an offset double stripe. So for the masking tape, I used washi tape and used the thin here. I think this is a 2 maybe millimeter wide, and use that to separate the stripes. And then I just used the washi tape This is 10 millimeter to not only to make the stripe, but to tape off around it. So we used, I think it's 2 and 10 what we used to make the stripes. And then when the stripes are on there, well, first to put the stripes on, because we're taking white, going over a red, I used the Vallejo surface primer first. Put the stripes on with this first, and then, or I'm sorry, we used the aluminum first. So we put the stripe on with the aluminum first, let it dry, shot it again with the surface primer, and then we put our white on. And that's how we got the white over the red. This is a cotton ball, Americana satin white. So that's what we used. So it was silver, then primer, and then white to make our stripe. And I used an airbrush on low pressure. Make sure I kept parallel to the stripe. You don't want to shoot on an angle, because then you'll blow your paint under the tape, and you increase your chances of getting a bleed through. So pretty much kept it parallel to the body, and then when it was all dry, we peeled the tape off, and then we had a nice looking stripe. This will get painted aluminum back here, the spoiler, just like on the die cast. So we got to paint that aluminum, which I'll paint when we go to get the front spoiler on it. So there's that. There's the wheels. There is the 429 blower, exhaust. That's as far as I got. And just waiting for the markers to do the wheels. Once these wheels are done, I can glue them on here, and then this subassembly will be finished. Well, after I put the other shock on, it'll be finished, and then we'll work on the front spoiler here on the body, and then we'll get the interior, which will be easy because it's all going to be white like the die cast, so shouldn't be too hard. So that's where we're at on the Nitty Gritty Kitty. It's looking more and more like the Hot Wheel. So, alright guys, that's it. Until the next update, take care, we'll see you.